Okay, in this last video for this class, I was intending upon showing you why we needed to leave the gap. But, well, we're always learning, including us instructors. So, the good news that I have to tell you is that evidently, whatever issue it was that Graham had encountered making the gap necessary is no longer there. And to prove this point, I will go into edit. This first bench is the 1LI I did yesterday. And as you can see, I'd done the gaps on it, and it's exactly how we would expect it to be. Now these next two I did this next one is the same physics mesh, but with the gaps removed. And as you can see, it still is just how we would expect it to be. Now this last one, I had simplified the mesh even more by just having the seat and the back done. There again, no gaps, because I was wondering if maybe it was the arms keeping it from rubber banding, like Graham had explained. And well, as you can see, again, it worked perfectly. So, the only thing I can assume is that SL finally fixed that bug. So what we will talk about, though, is Prim versus Convex Hull, and when you want to use each of those. Because if you look in your Features tab here, Physics Shape Type, we have Convex Hull, Prim, and None. Now, a root None would be similar to setting an item to Phantom. However, a root Prim cannot be None. You have to have an option on the root Prim. You can then have any child Prim that is attached to it have a Prim shape of None. And as you can see, going off of the bench, Prim shape fits it to the shape of the object. Convex Hull does kind of a rough shape, similar like if we were using a cube. And Convex Hull can give you a lower LI depending on what the item is. However, there are times when we don't want a lower LI because, like for steps, you wouldn't be able to walk up them if you had it set to Convex Hull. So, for things that we want to actually be able to interact with, like chairs, steps, doorways, we really need to have them set to Prim. Now, on the flip side of this, there are times when setting it to Prim is not good. Because, okay, for those of you that don't know, this is Blocky. Let me hide the physics for a minute. She is kind of like an unofficial mascot for me here in SL. And I made this particular version of her with her arm outstretched so she could hold stuff in my shop. Now, if you look, I just used a simple cube physics. I have it set to Convex Hull, and her LI at this point is at 3. Now, to show you the jump that can happen when you use Prim and it's not needed, let me take this and set to Prim. Okay, that didn't change the physics shape at all because I had used a cube to start with. But if you look, it jumped my land impact from 3 to 21. So that is something that you definitely want to keep in mind. And as you can see, just changing it back to convex hull did not automatically lower the LI. Resizing her slightly resets it to where it goes back to the 3 for the convex hull. So that's something you want to keep in mind. And with anything that you can have set to convex hull, such as tree trunks, non-opening chests, anything that you don't need to directly be able to sit, well, okay, even setting you can get by with convex hull if you want to. But anything that you don't have to worry about walking into or walking on, you can set it to convex hull and it will cut the LI of the stuff on your sim, which can help. It's definitely something to be aware of and an option that we do have. Keep in mind for Prim, or for the Nun, it cannot be the root Prim, and it can also help cut the LI, because at that point you're telling the Havoc engine, okay, this doesn't need to be worried about. Anybody can walk through it, over it, whatever. I don't care. So that is a very valid option for many things, such as like if you're doing a waterfall, and of course you don't want people to be able to walk through the rocks that surround it or the trees, but maybe you want them to be able to walk through the water itself. You set the shape to none, the physics shape to none, and it will let them walk through it. And with that, we're going to end this first class, and I will see everybody next week. Thank you.